The Sad Camel, a story inspired by a hadith, read by Sandy Walsh. A long time ago in the land of Arabia, in the time of Prophet Muhammad, may Allah give him peace and blessings, there lived a camel whose name was Ibil. But people in the city of Medina where Ibil lived did not call him by that name. They called him the Sad Camel. Ibil walked with his head down. Sometimes he cried in the street.
"No one loves me," he cried. "Children run away from me. I stink. My fur is a mess. I'm dirty."
Ibil was sad because no one cared for him. His master, Yusuf the farmer, never said a kind word to him or stroked his face. He made Ibil work hard. He had to carry heavy sacks of carrots and turnips to the market in Medina. Ibil was thin because Yusuf didn't feed him properly. His ears drooped, his big hump shrank and flopped over to one side.
"My master makes me sleep in dirty straw," cried Ibil. "I'm embarrassed to be seen on the streets of Medina."
Ibil had only one good friend he could talk to among the camels, Faisal, who lived on the farm next door.
"Phew," said Faisal. "You do smell bad this morning, Ibil. In fact, you're smelling really, really bad. But the thing is, it's not your fault. Yusuf never gives you a bath. I don't think he's ever washed you properly or combed your fur. He doesn't give you food. He just makes you work hard all day. That's not fair."
Ibil felt so sorry for himself he wanted to cry. But he didn't want Faisal to see how upset he was. And anyway, just then, Yusuf arrived.
"Come on, get up, you lazy bag of bones. You haven't got time to chat all day, Ibil. There's work to do."
Yusuf hit Ibil on the back of his legs with a stick.
"I'll see you later," said Faisal quietly. "Be strong, Ibil. May Allah help you."
Ibil thanked Faisal for his kind words and went to work. It was the season for harvesting the dates. The date palms were heavy with sweet, juicy fruit. Ibil loved dates. He looked at his master with big, sad, hungry eyes. Fresh dates were just what he needed to cheer him up. But Yusuf only gave him a little dried grass. That wasn't nearly enough to keep a camel going. Ibil howled because his tummy was rumbling so much. Yusuf didn't care. He loaded Ibil with 4 heavy sacks of dates, 2 on each side, and the poor hungry camel collapsed on his knees from the weight. Yusuf hit him with his stick again and kicked him.
"No one loves me," howled Ibil. "No one cares. I'm so hungry."
But he struggled to his feet and plodded off towards Medina with the sacks on his back. The road was hard. There were houses along the way. The children who lived by the road ran off when they saw Ibil coming.
"Yuck," they said. "Keep away, everyone. It's that sad, howling, stinky camel again."
But the other camels carrying dates to Medina were given sugar lumps. Other camels got petted and stroked by the children along the way. Yusuf did good business and sold all his dates at the market, and afterwards went to a garden with shady trees where the farmers used to meet. He tied Ibil to a pole under the scorching sun while he sat in a cool spot with the other farmers. They counted their money. They drank refreshing tea. They chatted and laughed and nibbled tasty snacks. "I'm sick of my lazy camel," said Yusuf. "He's not as strong as he was. I should get rid of him. You don't want to buy a camel, do you? I'll sell him cheap." "No, thanks. Not your Ibil, no way. No one wants a sad camel." "You could try the butchers," said another farmer. "I sold them a useless camel once. I got quite a good price for her. There's plenty of meat on a camel." All this time, of course, Ibil was listening. He could hardly bear it. Was Yusuf really going to sell him to the butchers? Ibil knew then that his master really didn't care for him at all. Ibil felt dizzy. His empty tummy rumbled louder than ever. He wanted to eat. He wanted to drink. He howled for attention. Sad tears ran down his face and into his nostrils. Suddenly, it grew quiet in the garden. Ibil lifted his drooping head. Through the tears in his eyes, he saw a man walking towards him. Everybody was eager to shake his hands. It was obvious he was loved and respected. Ibil blinked away his tears, and as the mysterious man came nearer, Ibil heard other people saying, "Assalamu alaikum, Rasulullah."
"What?" cried Ibil. "Rasulullah? This is the messenger of God, the Prophet Muhammad himself. I've heard so much about him."
The messenger of God didn't seem to mind at all being near a dirty camel, nor did he hold his nose at the bad smell. He did not turn his face away from Ibil in disgust. In fact, the Prophet was looking straight at him.
"No," Ibil thought. "No, no, no, please. I'm too filthy and smelly. Don't come close. I'm not fit to meet the Prophet."
Ibil wanted to hide. He dropped his head to the ground and cried so hard his tears dripped into the sand. But the Prophet Muhammad bent down beside him and began stroking his face. There, he said. "You poor camel. What's the matter with you?" Ibil couldn't speak at first. He could hardly believe the Prophet of God was there beside him. Muhammad spoke again. "Come on, dear camel," he said. "Why are you crying? Let me wipe away your tears with my sleeve." No one had treated Ibil so kindly since he was a boy camel. The Prophet's voice was soothing. Ibil felt able to speak.
"Dear Prophet," he said, "I'm so hungry. My throat is dry because I'm so thirsty. I have to work hard for my master, but he doesn't give me enough food to eat. I sleep in dirty straw every night. That's why I smell, and that's why I'm sad."
"You poor thing," said the Prophet. "You need some sweet dates. You can't work well if you're hungry and thirsty." One of the farmers heard the Prophet's words. He quickly handed over a big bunch of dates. "Here, O Rasulullah, please let me give this to the camel." "Whose camel is this?" the Prophet asked, looking around. "I wish to meet him." The farmer Yusuf came forward. It was his turn to hang his head in shame. "Look how skinny this poor camel is." The Prophet looked straight at him. "His fur is a mess. He's smelly and dirty." Yusuf looked at the ground. He couldn't raise his head. He felt so ashamed. "You must feed your camel well if he's to carry heavy loads for you," said the Prophet. "Allah expects us to treat all his creatures with kindness and respect." Now it was Yusuf's turn to cry. The Prophet's words went straight to his heart. He knew he had not cared for Ibil. He had only thought of his farm and making money. "Forgive me, O Rasulullah," he whispered. "I promise to change.
From now on I will treat my camel as Allah would wish.
The next morning, the camel Faisal came over to the fence for his usual chat with Ibil. He could tell something was different. Yusuf was making Ibil a nice pile of fresh, juicy dates for breakfast.
Go on, Ibil, said Yusuf. Help yourself and take your time. I'm giving you a rest today. When you've finished eating, I'm going to give you a nice long bath.
Yusuf went off to fetch the water with the words of the Prophet in his ears. From now on, he was determined to follow the Prophet's instructions. He wanted to be the best master any camel had ever had.
Wow, said Faisal. What's come over him all of a sudden? Yusuf has changed?
Ibil told Faisal what had happened in Medina, how the Prophet had appeared and spoken to him.
Tell me the whole story, said Faisal. Every word. I want every word the Prophet spoke, Ibil, right now.
So Ibil told his story, word for word, just as I have told it to you. And when he got to the end, he had tears in his eyes all over again. But this time, they were happy tears, not sad tears.
Oh, Faisal, he said, I'm so grateful to the kind Prophet Muhammad.
God has sent the Prophet as a special gift, not just for humans, but also for us animals, said Faisal with a big smile, because he loves us too.
It took the farmer, Yusuf, a long time to get Ibil nice and clean again. It was hard work, scrubbing the dried mud away, but it was worth it.
Why, said Yusuf, you're white underneath. All this time you've been dirty, Ibil. Your fur underneath has been growing, and it's turned white.
Ibil looked at his reflection in a bucket of water. It was true. He was white underneath. In fact, thought Ibil, he was rather good-looking now that he was clean.
Come on, said Yusuf, let's show everyone.
He put on his best clothes and fetched Ibil's rope. Then they set off for Medina together, as they had done so many times before. Except this time, everything was different. The children along the road didn't hide from Ibil when they saw him coming. They didn't hold their noses and run away. They came up to him with flowers and sugar lumps.
"It's a white one!" they cried. "Wow! Your new camel is so beautiful!" "Please, Uncle Yusuf, can we stroke your lovely new camel, please?"
The children gathered round.
"He's not a new camel," explained Yusuf. "It's old Ibil. But he's not the sad, dirty camel he used to be. That was because I didn't look after him. The Prophet taught me a lesson I'll never forget. I'm going to take good care of Ibil from now on."
The children stroked Ibil's clean white fur and tickled him behind his ears. Yusuf let them climb on his back.
"Look," said one of them, "he's smiling."
It was true. He was smiling.
"All praise be to Allah," said Ibil. "Thank you for sending the Prophet Muhammad. From now on, God willing, I'm going to be a happy camel, the one with the smile on his face."
Thank you for listening. For more information on Mirage audiobooks and how to buy them, visit our website, mirageaudio.com.